Welcome, Taurus. We're going to get into your tarot card reading in just a few seconds here. Please go ahead and like, share, follow, subscribe. Make sure you don't gatekeep on Hangman Tarot, especially if you really enjoy this channel. Share it with your family and your friends, of course. We're going to get into your love reading. I want to know what's going on currently, of course, and then we'll move more into some things that are going on as far as what you need to focus on, any potentials, any challenges that may come up, any suggestions, approaches, hopes, fears, likely outcome, and all of the stuff in between. So hold on hot. We are going to get into it. Okay, so currently, we have 4 cups, that's in reverse, Hierophant down, swords up. Okay. Currently, you are in a place where you have really kind of bent your rules in being in a relationship or a connection or some sort of situation, okay? So whoever this person is, could be an air sign, water sign, could be an earth sign also. Your personal beliefs and the things that you normally allow have really kind of bent to being in this situation, and just kind of almost like where you kind of felt like you were losing sight of things, or losing, you know, the idea of what you're supposed to be doing even. I do feel like in the past you were with this situation kind of wondering where it was headed, okay? And I feel like some lies might have come up, some deception might have come up, and this is something, again, that you would have taken a step back and then been like, well, what are we doing exactly? Because I feel like there's dishonesty happening, and I really want to kind of assess the situation and find out where this is going, because I need security, I need stability, I need a nice relationship without the bullshit, without the lies. And that is definitely something that did come up. And I think anything kind of moving into further into the limits of this relationship is just knowing, is this fantastical or is this logical? Like, is this making sense? Is it theory or fantasy? Like, where am I at? Like, where can I, you know, make sure that I'm not going to be consumed by worry constantly, or be consumed by wishful thinking, or try to move forward and communicate with something that is not going to be giving me the same sense back. I don't want loss, I don't want heartache, and you're really just, I know you're really trying to make sure that you manage this so much that you don't fucking get hurt, but that's impossible. So anyway, the question here is, does this person have conflict or heart? Which is it? So that's currently where you're at. Moving into the next month, I feel like anything to really focus on here. Any challenges? So the focus here is just, again, being confident no matter what kind of relationship this is. It will always make it a little bit better if you keep that confidence, keep that, you know, yourself authentically aligned in this relationship. I think that would be a beautiful place to be as far as like direction and growth. That is the hope here. That is what you're really trying to focus on, especially getting into your next month here. And just kind of like adding to seeing things from another angle, which is really difficult for you, and making changes along the way is sometimes difficult when you're not in a place where you're like, I don't know if I'm ready to do this. But I feel like when you're getting into your next month, I feel like forgiveness is happening even as we speak, especially with this person's fuck up. Whatever they did right in the beginning, this is something that you have tried to see from other angles also. And this is something that you're really trying to not be blind to the truth, but make a choice and evaluate your decisions based off of the answer that he or she gives you through action. So whatever they put forth that you needed to simply like restart, that's what you're going to figure out here when you get into your next month. So I feel like you're going to make a very stable choice next month, especially because you've had time to kind of go back and forth on the situation. Anything that is an approach to next month in this connection, and what you need to know, any hopes and fears, what do we got going on? A good approach is just, again, really trying to allow yourself to kind of expand. Allow yourself to be in power and put forth some sort of really speedy action as far as like putting some work into this also. So not just allowing somebody else to kind of do the work, but like you need to get busy in this relationship also. So put forth your work, get into it, do something. Don't just sit there and let them do it, because you got to do some shit too. I do feel like any kind of hopes here is just the hope to think that you've already faced reality and you've already made a decision. Okay, that's the hope, is to not be in this place next month and feel like the reality of your actions or the reality of your choices is hitting you in a negative way. So that's the hope. The fear here is just not being able to love because of the lack of self-care that you're already dealing with. So you're like, have I done enough? Have I done enough work to be in this place where I can be in a relationship? Is that where I'm at? So this is, again, something that is very much being pondered on. Am I secure here? Is this going to be, something you've been really dreaming about? Is this just a big dream that I just haven't, whatever it might be, you're literally going to stress out about it no matter what. So anything going into a potential outcome for your next month. Potential outcome in this situation is there is a lot of wishful thinking in this relationship, okay? And I feel like it's like there's this fear of commitment. There's this fear of not being supported. There's a huge tension between just not knowing what is going to happen. And there's a huge tension there that brings a lot of conflict. And it's not very romantic, okay? So it breaks down the harmony in this situation or this entire relationship. And I think bottom line is that there is self-doubt because there is two faces to somebody that you're seeing. It's like you understand how to not hide your real self, and that's to surrender to your shadow. But this person likes to let go of their past shadow and to almost like they don't want to show who they really are. So they have two different faces. So there is another face to the individual that you're dealing with, to the individual you have a connection with. So that is something that you will definitely need to work on and try to manage. You don't want to be in a relationship with somebody who's not like sparring with their shadow. If they're not dealing with their darkest roots, it's not worth a fuck. Like it wouldn't be. So this is something that is super important. You do not want anybody to hide themselves around you or around anybody else for that matter, because you diligently have been in a place where you have shown your face. But they have this fear of judgment, fear that they'll be judged. Almost like even being in a connection with you, there's a fear. So that's something that might come up also. Any stability, partnering, making choices, that will be a huge part of your next month. Making choices on whether you need to work on things with this person, help them to see on the inside and help them to push them further into this inner dwelling. Or just say fuck it and get the fuck on. We will never know. Next month, I guess. All right, please, I hope that you enjoyed this reading. Go ahead and check out all of Hangman Tarot's readings, Celebrity Love General for the monthlies. Make sure you go check those out on YouTube, Hangman Tarot. I will see you soon. Please enjoy the rest of your month.